This is Chit and Chat, the encouraging one another podcast. Interviewing musicians, comedians, sports personalities, and many, many other individuals all over the world, sharing their story of encouragement, inspiration, what they've been through, what they've gone through, as well as amazing musicians from all over the world. Kick back and relax. For some amazing people you probably have never heard of and their story. Each of us have a story of hope, of courageousness, of inspiration. This is Chit and Chat, the encouraging one-on-one podcast. It's always about encouraging others. Hello, and welcome back to Chit and Chat, the encouraging one-on-one podcast, as I interview musicians, comedians, basically anyone, and share some encouragement, a little bit about their story, what they've gone through, maybe some challenges they faced, and get to know them a little more, and sharing music by authors and musicians, artists from all over the world. So I'm so glad you're here for another episode. The music I have on the day will be featured by Rocky Michaels, his brand new song called Uncomfortable Truth. And there's just something about Rocky Michaels' music that draws me in. His voice is so unique. Every song he sings is so heartfelt. And I've had the opportunity to have him on the podcast, and he is always sharing his tremendous gifts. His videos are amazing. There are some great views and places he films those at. Check those out on YouTube, Rocky Michaels. Another song I'm playing is by a singer-songwriter from the Pacific Northwest. Here in my backyard, Mr. Joel Gibson Jr. He's singing a song called Beaches of St. John. I just want to close my eyes and see myself on the beach with my wife, having a nice umbrella drink, walking in the sand, taking a break from the craziness of life, right? But you can find out Joel's music at joelgibsonjrmusic.com. As it shares a song today, Beaches of St. John. At the end of this podcast, I'm sharing a song by artist Mr. Michael Bodie. And haven't had him scheduled yet for the podcast, but I'm excited to get him on pretty soon, sharing his song, New Rising Sun. Let's get our guest introduced today. She's an established artist who grew up loving music. She's originally from a small town in North Carolina where she began taking piano lessons at a very early age. She's always enjoyed singing in choirs in junior and high school days, and she also taught piano for like 8 years, from beginners to advanced learners. Since 2014, she's begun writing music lyrics, over 20 songs, 8 of them recorded in studios, and loves spending her time with her family as well. She writes mostly Americana music, especially faith-based songs that bring inspiration and healing for people. And not too often you come across musicians that write from the heart, and I believe she truly does. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the podcast, Miss Kimberly Ward, today on Chit Chat, the encouraging one another podcast. Hello there.
Hi, good evening.
How you doing today?
Wonderful. I just got the Wi-Fi on about 5 minutes ago. Had one of the busiest days I've had all October.
That's good, right?
Yeah, I'll be real tired after this. Oh, yeah.
Starting a charity today. If you could start one.
Oh, yes. I have a real heart to help women who have had to, as I say, be displaced or, excuse me, my voice a little better than last time. Helping women in need, and of course, especially if they have children and young mothers who have really gone through serious things. And I don't mean just losing a job. I mean, that could happen to anyone, and that's very hard. I've had that happen. Things that could be life-changing.
Do you have any favorite holiday movie you love to watch every year?
I still like, of course, some of the Christmas favorites. The Lampoon's Christmas, I guess that's what it's called. And it's one of the funniest things I've ever seen. I'll never forget it. Just just crazy stuff that happens during their trips. It's one of my favorites. And Ernest Saves Christmas. These are some of the older movies that I like.
What book has had the most
Oh.
significant?
Well, I like that question because the main answer for me is going to be the Bible. I just get all my inspiration, of course, from God's Word and daily living, applying principles to my
Most
life.
they might not know who you are. Would you mind sharing a little bit about yourself?
Okay, sure. I'm Kimberly Ward. I grew up in Eastern North Carolina, where I live now. I've been here about 11 years. Excuse me. Here, I grew up in Wilson, North Carolina. It's right there, right in the middle of the state, and I love the country. And I've written a couple of songs about my childhood. I'm hoping to get done next year. I like music, as you know, and I like to talk. I like to write. I like to travel, and I love swimming.
What was it about music it really drew you in at a very young age?
I feel free with music. It makes me happy. I feel free. It's fun to me, of course. I enjoy what I do.
And you took piano lessons at a very young age, and for a number of years, and you did competitions, and you taught piano. How
Mhm.
did you learn the piano? I know you kind of probably based per person, isn't it?
How hard is it to play?
Yes, to learn the piano and to be kind of proficient.
Well, I always say things like that. I don't have an easy answer. It's different for everyone. I mean, there are some people who, and whether they're children or adults, and they pick up on it really quickly in just a couple of weeks. And then some people, it might even take 4 or 5 years, but they're like, hey, I really do like this. And maybe it takes a little bit more work.
Song you wrote. Do you remember what the first song you actually wrote when you put it on paper and you kind of were working, becoming a musician?
Well, I've only been writing about 8 years, so I already remember kind of in order of mine. I used to write poetry when I was like a teenager, but now it's, of course, music. It was Insanity is the first one I wrote. And that was around 20, I believe 2016, around those years. It was Insanity, and every moment
And
were written.
it was
Oh,
what's it like when you collaborate with?
okay. Well, it's fun. There's different people I work with and all different personalities. Hopefully you can still hear me. This seems to be cutting out a little.
A good number of your songs
Um,
are faith-based songs that bring inspiration to people, brings healing. Uh, the power of music can do wonderful things to the body, kind of help heal it, either physically, mentally.
oh yeah, I believe it helps people emotionally, mentally. I believe it can, like my song "Letting Go." I was already told this by several people, and some of the musicians are in Nashville. That is a song of healing. I think a lot of people have struggled with letting go. I know I'm one of those people. And it's just the idea, the concept to get out there that the more you let go, I feel like the more you let go, the happier you can be.
You receive a number of comments from fans about your music being, the lyrics are very meaningful and very powerful. What's it like when you get feedback from people that the songs you're singing are impacting them?
It's very rewarding. It's a good feeling. It's a good feeling because I know that the things I've been through, which are some real hardships, some very much challenges and hardships, and then I put them into paper and words and songs. Yeah, the struggle has been very real for me, and I base a lot of what I write on personal experiences.
Musicians you enjoyed listening to when you were growing up that really kind of inspired you to be a singer?
Oh yeah, there's several. I like Faith Hill, Tim McGraw. I like the old traditional country songs. The contemporary Christian, I mean, Michael W. Smith, Meredith Andrews. I actually went to school with Meredith Andrews. She's from Wilson, North Carolina. This where she's from. She went to school with me, and she's really good at her music. I also like Southern gospel and the Rochester family. My parents, me and my sister, know them pretty well because they've stayed in our home before. They're a bluegrass Southern gospel group, and they travel on their own bus. There's about 8 of them. I could go on and on. There's a lot of musicians, and then like Shania Twain. I love her music, and my granddad loved her music. He had CDs of her in his house.
How do you balance your obligations as a mom and as a musician? Are you constantly just juggling?
Well, I have my parents to help with that. Thank the Lord for them. But it's still a struggle. My children are under the age of 12, so there's still a lot to handle with them, and sometimes behavior, or sometimes errands for them, dance classes, or we are a very busy family. And as a mom, that could be a whole hour story. I just have to go with it. I just have to literally, like, there's times radio DJs have called my cell phone and the kids are in my car. I'm like, okay, y'all get quiet. I've got to take this call right now. It's music. Don't talk. I mean, they don't get a 10-minute warning. They're like, because I don't always know if I'm getting a call, or it could be an email I need to respond to. It could be some good news or something I need to handle. Maybe a studio. And what? Yeah, go ahead.
Awards. The ISSA, the International Singers Songwriter Association. What's it like when you get nominated for an award? I mean, do you take a step back and go, are you kidding me? I was nominated for an award?
Oh, it's phenomenal. It's exciting. It's great to know there are people out there who are mostly music fans, and then some musicians, of course, who know about me or where I've traveled, or, hey, she's been in my area before, like Union, South Carolina. I'm headed there soon.
Throughout your career, how have people inspired you or encouraged you?
I love it when I get emails from the music fans who have said, hey, I heard about your songs on N1M, or I came across your website. I have met people like on airplanes, or maybe Starbucks or somewhere in the mall, and they pull up my song right in front of me. They pull it up on their phone, like on Amazon or Spotify. And they're like, hey, I found you. And that's happened a lot this year, especially. I've been in a couple states, and they'll go in and listen to 1 or 2 with me talking to them. And to me, that's inspiring. Like, hey, they found me. They want to hear it right now.
How can people follow you, and you have a website? People can check out your music as well.
Okay, well, I'm going to go and give my website first. Hopefully you can hear me with volume and Wi-Fi. It's www.kjwardmusic.com. Got a great website there.
Words of encouragement for the new musicians who are coming out and who are singing, and any words that you could, maybe you've learned some things and some areas in the business that might help encourage someone today.
Well, I'd like to tell them to keep with it, inspire yourself to keep going, even if you get some naysayers, people are a little negative. I've actually had someone tell me 2 years ago, you're just a karaoke singer, and it was a text message, and I said, well, I don't receive that. I don't believe you. Just believe in yourself and be inspired to keep going.
Well, thank you so much for your time today. Really appreciate and getting to know you and hearing your music and sharing your amazing story. And I'll be sharing your music as well on the podcast. So thank you so much for the time.
All right. Thank you, Jody, for having me. I appreciate it.
Have a great night.
All right, you too. Thank you.
I almost totally forgot to add a song by my guest today, Miss Kimberly Ward. This is her song called Letting Go.
A a turn. You placed others in my life who showed me lessons to learn. They believed in me when I was down and gave me hope renewed. It's then I'm reminded of your grace every time I seek your face. Letting go of my past is what you're showing me. Showing me. Letting go of my hurt is how you're healing me. Healing me. Letting go of my pain is how you're mending me. Mending me. Letting go of my past is what you're showing me. Letting go. Letting go is so hard to do when I've been fighting to hold on to all these memories that keep flooding me. I will not be like Lot's wife and look back. I can feel the chains coming off.
That was Letting Go by Kimberly Ward. Throughout these episodes, every episode, I'm sharing promotions and commercials by my sponsors, sharing about their businesses and their websites and where you could check them out. So, every episode, you'll hear 3 to 4 advertisements and promotions. The sponsors I have I'm so appreciative of having been part of this awesome podcast and encouraging, uplifting people around the world. So kick back and relax for a few commercials. Nineteenth Hole and Bar and Grill at 2171 Irvins Point Road in Bremerton. Are you looking for a place to wind down for some nice cold beverages, some amazing food, and amazing customer service as well? Come on down to 19th Hole Bar and Grill. It's a great atmosphere where you can hang out with family and friends and maybe co-workers as well. Come on down. Did you know it's one of the oldest bars in Kitsap County, dating back to 1939, and the menu is to die for. Every week, every day, something special. Like Sundays and Mondays, steak night, Tuesdays, Taco Tuesday, Wednesday, wing night, and Fridays are always fish and chips night. With amazing halibut and cod. I also got burgers, sandwiches, salads, and much, much more. And you've got a banquet room for bigger gatherings of friends and families for like birthday parties and whatever shindig you got. Did you know they are rated #1 bar and grill in the best of Kitsap County in 2022 and 2023? They're locally owned and operated. Maybe if you're too busy to stop in, place your order today. Call 360-813-3501 or go to the website at 19thholebarngrill.com today. Their hours are 11 to 11 Monday through Friday and 8 to 11 Saturday and Sunday. This is 19th Hole Bar and Grill in Bremerton. Eat local, eat well. When we transported back in time to say the 1950s, as soon as you arrive at the Big Apple Diner, you'll be transported back in time. Their decor is amazing. Their menu is amazing too, with breakfast, lunch, and dinner items. Try something different each time you go. I've had the penny pincher combo, which is a combination of quarter pounder with cheese, french fries, and a milkshake or drink for $9.99. Where can you find a meal for $9.99? And they have over 30 flavors of milkshakes. You can literally have a milkshake a day and never get enough of the milkshakes, pies, and sundaes at the Big Apple Diner. Dine in or take out, so you can check them out. They're located at 6720 Kitsap Way in Bremerton, and their hours are 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. and they're closed on Mondays. Swing by and check them out. The Big Apple Diner. The website is thebigapplediner.com, and you can call and place your order today at 360-373-8342. Eat well, eat local, eat at the Big Apple Diner in Bremerton. Our next song is by a singer-songwriter from the Pacific Northwest, Mr. Joel Gibson Jr. This is Beaches of St. John.
We pulled into Cruise Bay, saw the No Shoes Nation flag at the high tide. Knew we were in good company, and the next couple weeks was gonna be a hell of a time. Ordered our first painkillers and a couple bombs. That was the first night at St. John. Walked hand in hand through the sand on my whole beach. Caught a good buzz on some blue cherry, key lime cream. Met the ghost from Yost, he thought I was Kenny. We were riding the line of having one too many. Now we're back home, but our minds are never too far gone from the beaches of St. John. Never thought I'd get to see this place, watch the sun go down in a holy water island rain. Spent the day drinking rum on Yost Van Dyke, in the turquoise water with you and the sandbar crew. Shot skis at Woody's, chilling at the Quiet Mall. A lot of good memories in St. John. Walked hand in hand through the sand on my whole beach. Caught a good buzz on some blue cherry bay, key lime cream. Met the ghost from Yost, he thought I was Kenny. We were riding the line of having one too many. We're back home, but our minds are never too far gone from the beaches of St. John. When I need to slow the pace of this crazy life, think about you and me in Trump Bay, without a single soul inside. You're sitting there listening to the waves with you in my arms on the beaches of St. John.
Joel Gibson Jr., Beaches of St. John. What do you get when you're a single mom that has a vision to a blooming full-time business? You go for it. That's what Amanda Zobrist has done. She has started the Dandelion Sticker Company. She has a knack to create almost anything. At the Dandelion Sticker Company, she can create tumblers, stickers, t-shirts, and much, much more. From little sizes to big sizes to really big sizes, she wants to make your vision a reality. Working with small businesses is her compassion in her community that allows her to make a meaningful impact on a local level. Looking for business to help you promote your business? Check out Dandelion Sticker Company. Her high-quality stickers are perfect for your products, advertising your services, and getting your business out there for the world to see. I'm so excited that Chit and Chat, encouraging One Other Podcast, to be working with the Dandelion Sticker Company to create merchandise to sell in the future. Please reach out and let us know what you might be interested in. Got some ideas that you want created for your business or personal use? Check out dandelionsticker.com. Dandelion Stickers is locally owned and operated in Silverdale, Washington, but you can reach her easily by emailing dandelionsticker.co@gmail.com. You can also find her on Facebook too. Make your vision a reality with the Dandelion Sticker Company today. What do you get when you combine a brick oven, some homemade sauces, hand-breaded JoJo's, hand-breaded chicken, homemade dough, all in one place? You will find some of the best tasting food in Kitsap County. I'm talking about Chico Chicken and Pizza. Their menu ranges from all kinds of pizzas and specialty subs. They have some really good chicken meal deals for the family and great tasting sides. And their chicken is not your normal run the chicken. No. They don't throw the chicken in some fryer and call it good. Their chicken is brined, breaded, pressure fried, and prepared in a classic brine. They season it to perfection. Then they pressure fry it to a delicious golden brown to deliver the best tasting chicken in town. Some of the great sides they have are baked macaroni and cheese, with JoJo's like bacon and cheddar and garlic and parmesan, as well as baked beans and potato salad. Everything is made with the freshest ingredients every day. They are locally owned and operated, so why not give Chico Chicken and Pizza a call today and place your order at 360-550-4041 or their website at chicochickenandpizza.com. They are also located at 2165 Irvins Point Road in Wilmington, and they're open from noon to 10 p.m. every day. That's Chico Chicken and Pizza. Eat well, eat local. This last song for the podcast will be by the Michael Botte Band. And as I said earlier, I'm working on getting him on the podcast, but I just want to share his music. This is his new song called New Rising Sun. Enjoy.
Let's take a drive all through the night and rest along the way. Sometimes we feel the need to move on. Sometimes we need to stay. I remember where we came from, and I sure know where we've been. This is not how the story ends. It's how it begins. I'm ready to face a distant horizon. Stay distant horizon, stare into space at the new rising sun. Stare at the new rising sun. What do you see? Master illusion or a pure reality? Let's go get lost in a familiar place, 'cause where you are is where I'll be. I remember where we came from, and I sure know where we've been. This is not how the story ends. It's how it begins. Oh, ready to face a distant horizon, stare into space at the new rising sun. Ready to face a distant horizon, stare into space at the new rising sun. Stare at the new rising sun. Let's go get lost in a familiar place, 'cause where you are is where I'll be. Let's go get lost in a familiar place, 'cause where you are is where I'll be. I remember where we came from, and I sure know where we've been. This is not how the story ends. It's how it begins. Ready to face a distant horizon, stare into space at the new rising sun. Ready to face a distant horizon, stare into space at the new rising sun. Stare at the new rising sun.
That was the Michael Botte Band, New Rising Sun. Thank you so much for being part of the podcast today. We had a great time with Kimberly Ward. You can find her on Facebook and check out some of her videos on YouTube as well. Thank you also to Rocky Michaels. His website is rockymichaelsmusic.com. You can check out Joel Gibson's music at joelgibsonjrmusic.com, and the Michael Botte, michaelbotteband.com. Please subscribe to the podcast and listen wherever you're out and about, running errands. It's a great podcast to throw on. I truly believe each and every one of us have a story. Maybe it's a challenge you faced. I'm sure you had someone to give you some encouragement, some inspiration to push through those hard times of adversity. If you're a musician, you're welcome anytime. I'd love to share your music. Anyone's welcome on to share their story. And I'd love to get you on and get to your story. Also, thank you to TotalMixRadio.org, who plays the podcast every Friday on their website and hooking up with other radio stations as well. So let's get to encouraging others and just sharing positivity to the world. Thank you to my sponsors, their awesome support and encouragement as well. Until next time, this is Jody Sheffield, host of Chit & Chat, the encouraging One Hour podcast. See you next week.
Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name. Do solemnly swear. To support and defend. The Constitution of the United States. Against all enemies. Foreign and domestic. And to bear true faith. And allegiance to the same. That I will obey. The orders of. The President of the United States. And the orders of. Those officers. Appointed over me. According to regulations. And the Uniform Code of Military Justice. So help me God.
If you've heard that, or said that even, you have served in our armed forces. Veterans Day was November the 11th. And words cannot express enough the thankfulness we have for the many veterans who've gone above and beyond, who have fought for our freedoms. This is a Veterans Day tribute. If someone has done military service, they earn the title of veteran and more. They earn our deep respect and admiration. That they are special, no one can ignore. They have sacrificed the comforts we enjoy. The list is long of all the things they gave. Our veterans are extraordinary people. They're loyal, dedicated, true, and brave. When terror and invasion were real threats, they showed us they could handle any storm. We owe our freedoms and our lives to our veterans who served in uniform. Our veterans should be celebrated. They're celebrities. They're exceptional. No other group compares. We're grateful for the many things they've done. They're always in our hearts and our prayers. We owe our veterans support and friendship. Let no one ever question what they're worth. These men and women served us and our country, our veterans, the very best on earth. Thank a veteran. Many of our veterans have probably passed, but there still are many veterans who have served. Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Coast Guard, reserves who've been deployed here and overseas, who have been in wars. Thank you to the many veterans out there. And still, one day on my bucket list is to go to the tomb of the unknown soldier and to see. I've seen it on video. I've seen it, on YouTube, but I've never seen it in person. That would be quite the moment for me. I'd love to have my dad with me. He served in the Army. I served in the Navy. Thank you to all our veterans. God bless. And God bless the USA. This is Chit Chat, the encouraging one-note podcast. It's always about encouraging others.